I love it when an airline passenger on a really nice airline, which is Qantas, because they've never had a crash ever.
That's awesome. It's a nice little publicity thing or whatever that's called.
I know. I'm wondering why they don't use it, just in case.
Yeah, because the second you stop saying something, people would notice.
Like you'll jinx me or whatever. Or if they say it, it'll jinx them. Some people believe in that.
The soundest legal advice I ever got, at least that I understood, I was going to court and I was guilty as hell. And my judge said, when people say something that you disagree with, don't shake your head like it's not true. And I said, why? And he said, because every time you don't do it, the jury will think it must be true.
Oh, that's a good one.
Isn't that good?
Yep. Anyway, this chick on the Qantas flight found a real live hopping around tree frog in her meal.
Awesome.
Yep. A whistling old tree frog right there in her meal. Can you imagine? You're on this flight, right? You get your little fork or whatever, and you get ready to put it in there, or your little box or whatever.
Right.
Because Qantas is nice and they give you, I guess, a little fork and a little salad. But you open up your little box of food, and a frog jumps out.
That would freak me out.
I would feel like it was terrorism.
I would feel like it was punked.
Or punked, yeah.
Aerial punked.
By the way,
punked at 37,000 feet.
Black Eyed Peas didn't think the prank that Ashton Kutcher pulled was very funny, and they, you have to give your permission to be filmed.
Right. After it's filmed. Which
filmed.
I think is illegal, technically.
So they didn't think it was funny, and they said no.
So the 2 times I've seen a segment of that show, because I don't like that kind of show, makes me really uncomfortable. Like the Jamie Foxx thing, he's brilliant, and I just can't watch it. It makes me uncomfortable. But Jamie Kennedy, thank you. Los Lobos. So the 2 segments I've seen of that show, both times I think I would have been pushed to violence, maybe.
Well, that's what happened here. One of the Black Eyed Peas punched a cop in the mouth.
See?
And the other one was thrown into the pool.
Another Black Eyed Pea or another actor?
Another cop. Like the Black Eyed Peas, they attacked the cops that they thought were cops.
Well, because they were the cops, I don't want to say good for them, but obviously it was fake cops who overstepped their bounds outrageously. Because that's what I think I'd have done on those shows. The one they did to Justin Timberlake, they made him look like such a baby. I couldn't believe he let them air it.
The Black Eyed Peas said it got so intense and so awful that if Ashton didn't come out and say you've got punked.
Oh, I'll bet. Right.
They said they pushed him away and got him in a van and told him later because they said that they would have just torn the whole place apart and gone nuts.
That's awesome. I have not bought a Black Eyed Peas album yet, and I'm going to right now.
Isn't that funny?
That's awesome. I wish they let him air it, though. I'll bet it makes it look great. I've reached my limit, and I won't be treated like this anymore. Kapow. I love them.
I guess it was some kind of brothel party with high-priced call girls or whatever. And then the cops came in and raided him.
How? Is Ashton out of his mind?
They had phony vice cops rush in from all directions.
Jesus, not funny.
Yeah, okay. I see your point.
So not funny.
I know. I'll put it over here. All right. Anyway, let's wrap up the rest of these phone calls, shall we? It was about adoption or something. I don't know. So we'll wrap those up, and then we'll continue on with our whatever the hell this is, the Cuatro de Mayo extravaganza or experiment.
Yes. Jamie Foxx may be there tonight, pulling pranks.
Here is Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, I'd like to say one thing. I usually don't listen to your station just because of your voice, but I listen because of
Which
Danny,
one of us are you
and
talking to?
I really enjoy listening to it. I'm sorry?
It's like a spa.
I was going to say, which one of our voices do you hate? We're both fairly annoying.
No, Jamie, no, but the subjects are really awesome. Now, I was adopted when I was little.
Hold on.
Okay, you know what? How tragic is that? The subjects are good. It's my voice that kills her. I can't do anything about this one.
I know that.
Yeah,
That's
me
cool.
too.
I mean, some will look at the nanny. That's how she made it, right?
Oh, look at the nanny. That's Fran Drescher.
God, I don't sound like her.
It's a reasonable, it's not an
I
equivalent,
don't
but I
think you
get
sound
it.
like her. I don't think you sound like her. It's just sometimes, there's a high pitch and you can't stand it. But anyway, back to the subject.
Yeah.
Of,
Makes you want to kill yourself? Yeah, I know. Anyway,
well, back to the subject of, the whole, I didn't know that you guys were talking about adoption, but I do have a subject on that. But on the intro, vitro fertilization.
Yeah.
There is absolutely no biological connection if your egg and the sperm is implanted
That's
in
what I
another
was-
human being.
Right, because it's a
So
surrogate.
there are no legal
What do you mean, right?
rights.
No,
I know
I
that.
believe
I
that there's no
looked into it.
biological.
But there's
No.
no, there's no.
They go, I
only the
disagree
blood
with.
type. There's only the blood type. There are no, even the bone marrow. Let's say hypothetically, Jamie needed a bone marrow transplant or something. That would still be able to come from her child.
Right.
Because
I agree with you.
Danny, if it was so difficult, they wouldn't make being a surrogate mother easy.
No,
Well, first of all, you wouldn't pick somebody who's psychotic enough to go after a child that isn't even hers. You have
That's
to
true.
have like a psychological and
You have no ties
analysis,
to it
you know?
except for carrying it
You're
like
like,
a.
Right. Why would you want to choose somebody who's going to have that problem in the beginning?
Well, you
'Cause it's
wouldn't,
only
but-
going to continue.
And you
and
did
continue.
this? Did you say you did this?
No. I've looked into it because my sister, she was just, she was raped when she was little, so she can't have any children. So I was going to carry her child, and I also have another friend of mine who can't have any children either.
I think it's weird when the mom does it, or we read one in the paper where the mother-in-law carried the child.
Yeah.
That was
Okay,
No,
that's
wait,
a
wasn't it
little-
the grandmother?
it was
The grandmother
yeah, it was
did
something
it.
creepy.
But I believe that, other people shouldn't really be judging other people because there's a lot of things that I know that I've done that I wouldn't want people to know about, and I'm sure there's a lot of other things that other people wouldn't,
I
Not
tell
me.
everything.
Yeah, me too.
But,
that's
I mean,
what.
look at Danny. you
Yeah,
know?
I was going to say what I don't tell, they print.
But I do want to say, on the whole adoption thing, now I believe that if you're a high-strung parent, you're going to have a high-strung child. And
Audrey.
with adoption, I was always felt to be comfortable with myself. And I'm full-blooded American Indian, and I was adopted by a white lady. She's Norwegian, full-blooded Norwegian, and that was really difficult, thinking that, wait a minute, something's wrong with me?
Let's go
But
with
it
every
wasn't.
stereotype possible. So you're drunk and she's 6'4" and blonde.
Oh, and she weeps at tires. The landfills. Oh my God!
I'm-
Tonight is the night.
Have you ever seen Stench so excited?
I love Tony
He goes, Tony P's call will be exactly on time. He's supposed to call at 8 o'clock. And he made this big production out of how Tony P will be exactly on time. And I looked up when you said it. At exactly 7:59 and 36 seconds, Tony P called. 24 seconds early.
Hey, Tony.
Hey. I'm exactly on time.
That was
Love
amazing.
Exactly on time. Very nice.
You may not be our biggest name, but you are the promptest.
Yes.
There you go, man. I'm standing out here in the parking lot getting ready.
Right on.
4 o'clock this afternoon. It's our Quattro de Mayo extravaganza. At
Free.
Yep.
You know what? I thought about it. It's the largest Quattro de Mayo party in Southern California.
Wow.
Maybe
That's
the
really
world.
good.
Wow, that is good. The largest one.
Maybe the world. I don't know anybody who has a party on Quattro de Mayo.
Well,
That's why it
don't
might be
point
the
that
world.
out. Just stay with the biggest one ever.
Ever. And it starts at 4 o'clock today at Tony P's Dockside Grill in Marina Del Rey. We did a whole show about directions.
And we were both right.
Yeah, what's your easiest kind of like 3 roads and 3 roads or less how to get there?
The 90 freeway, dead ends at Lincoln, make a left.
Perfect.
First Street is Valley Way, make a right. First Street is Admiralty, make a right.
You
We're
suck.
on the left-hand
Yeah,
side
he
with a
did
3-story Dos Equis bottle.
There's
No,
100
no.
easier ways than
Yeah.
that.
You know what?
All right, here's what
no,
I
no,
say.
wait. I got it. You go the 90, Mendocino left, right on Admiralty. Boom.
That's
That's
what I
it.
said,
That's
and you
fine.
yelled at me.
No, I was just trying to get him from the airport. So that's how we do it, Tony, not 4 different other ways.
Yeah.
No, that was only three turns. Okay, you're 2 turns, Jamie. You win.
Thank you. Hey, Tony,
Yes.
what do we
Yes.
got on the docket at Tony P's for this evening?
Well, today only we got Jack's 1-year anniversary.
oh, yeah!
I had an argument about my. It is your 1-year anniversary.
That's right, Jack.
Yeah. Do you remember the rain last year?
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
The monkey and the wet beds in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that was
remember.
nasty. And you know what? By the way, it's been so damn hot in the valley, and I guess at the beach today it's supposed to be a lot cooler.
86.
86.
Beautiful.
That's so much nicer.
Okay, if
And
you're.
we have Mr. Burbank meets the mayor of Marina Del Rey.
Oh, that's right.
Do they fight?
We could.
To the death?
Hey,
I'm kicking your butt.
All right.
hey, why don't we do what my dad does? Why don't we lube you up, Jack, and we'll lube up Tony P. We'll put a couple of rafts in the ocean and see who can get on one first.
No, that's okay.
Or get on Tony P first.
No, hey,
I'm in.
Hey, I'm in. Who said that?
I did.
I'm in.
Uh,
No, you're not in.
So, speaking of, smoking hot, lubed up people, there's going to be a really, really hot chick there. What's her name again? I forget.
Leanne Tweeden's going to be in the bar, and she's hot.
From the Best Damn Sports Show.
Yeah,
Okay,
she is smoking
can I
hot.
just say this, though? I mean, she's gorgeous and in the Fredericks of Hollywood catalog and stuff. But every time we do this, there's 100 hot chicks there. She'll just be the one with the camera.
She's hot.
With
Yeah.
the 5 guys following her around with the camera. That'll be her.
5.
Yeah.
The fencing's coming in right now. Come on in, guys. This
Thanks
is
for
great.
that visual
You know what
picture.
Tony has to do out there? They go out there and rip out all of those cement barricades in the parking lot.
Yeah, the little bumpers.
They go lift all those out today and clear out that whole lot.
Well, that's what we're doing right now. We got a whole
Big
crew
line.
going.
What a drag.
Yeah.
No, it's all right.
Take the
I
day off
supervise
today.
well.
Go to the beach, and then after you hang out with us for a little while, you can walk down to the beach and see the sunset and all that crap.
Yeah, this is right on the water, and Jamie and I know a couple boat owners that we can really torment that are right
Absolutely.
Oh, maybe
Absolutely.
there. Yeah.
take the
So we got
take
the
y'all
Lost
for a
Lonely
ride.
Boys, the Lonely Mom.
The Lonely
Yeah.
Mom.
Danny's your mom going to play?
Yeah, she's picked her songs and is ready to go.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. She's bringing her own piano.
She is?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Had no idea. We got Tower Records is coming out.
What for? What are they doing?
Selling
They're
Los
gonna-
Lonely Boys CDs.
Awesome.
Oh, very
Viva
nice.
Los Lonely Boys!
Oh my
Hopefully
God.
they're going to give stuff away, too, I would think.
Yeah, Tower Records, they're going to phone
Tower
stuff.
Records, did you hear that?
We're giving away stuff.
Yeah, and we're playing Say It and Win live.
Right, for
Cool.
money and hot dogs.
For money, for a couple of them, we got money to give away for Say It and Win, and then when we run out of money, then we'll be playing for hot dogs.
Yeah, we'll have Tony P gift certificates, too.
Oh,
cool.
Tony, you're so
Now,
nice.
is there like some kind of special food thing going on at all that we like a buffet you can buy or snacks?
Well, the restaurant, you can go in the restaurant or outside.
There's
So the
always a
restaurant-
cheeseburger at Tony P's.
What
You
is
can't
that-
beat the cheeseburger.
What's that thing
it's
that I always
good.
have that's so good? Oh, the linguine.
Alfredo, yeah, the Alfredo pasta.
Yeah, that is awesome.
I have a cheeseburger and a beer.
There you go. There you go. We got it all.
I have steak.
We got margaritas, Mai Tais. We're going to have a good time.
Oh, don't let Tony mix your drinks. Word of warning.
Yeah, I know.
He mixes them heavy.
I know, but you know what? The good news is when he does that, like some of the guys that are just kind of average, all of a sudden become smoking hot to me.
That was my favorite thing about drinking. I'd get 2 drinks and I'd become really tall.
Yeah, I might get married tonight too.
Right on.
Danny, are you going to have a cocktail tonight?
No,
maybe?
I'm afraid I won't be.
Okay.
I
then
will.
I'll keep it away from you.
But I will be
And-
taking drugs.
I will be taking drugs. Okay. Hey, the Marriott, $98.70.
Yeah!
The Marina Del Rey Marriott.
Nice. That's awesome of them. That's
That is
so cool.
awesome.
Susan moved to Palm Springs. You remember Susan?
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
Yeah, well, Robert, the new general manager, said absolutely.
Oh,
so if you
thanks,
call,
Bob.
98.7 star, they'll give you the great rate.
Awesome.
Okay, that's the Marriott Marina Del Rey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Be
walk there.
responsible. Don't drink and drive.
Right.
I'm going to call right now and get my mommy a room.
And that way you can go over to Tony P's and then go down to the beach. This is what I recommend today. You go over to Tony P's, we all hang out, we drink on the dock and all that stuff, and then you walk over, go down to the beach, watch the sunset, take some alcohol there too, just in case you can sneak it on, and then go to the Marriott and crash.
And then
Come
wake
back
up
to
and
Tony
party
P's one
with
more time.
and then wake up and party with my mom in the piano bar.
Well, right, because you can have breakfast over at Tony P's the next morning.
Dude, she's going to be a train wreck.
Is it?
She'll be a great singer, but then she's going to let loose.
Oh, Danny's mom might get lucky too.
80 years old, she's going to outdrink everybody.
I'm going to hang out with her. We'll pick up the men.
That's the way to go.
All right, Tony, that
Okay.
is awesome. We'll see you tonight. Well, today, this afternoon, whatever.
All right, see you then.
Starting at 4 o'clock, Tony P's Marina Del Rey. We'll see you later, Tony.
Take care.
See you,
Thanks,
Mr.
babe.
Mayor.
All right,
All right, bye-bye.
Tony, the mayor of Marina Del Rey.
My money is so on Mr. Burbank for a fight.
You think?
No way. Tony's the scrappy little
In
guy.
real life, Tony'd kill him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's my Mr. Burbank.
Tony will kill you.
Oh, yeah, Tony would be, because you can see he'd just go off and eat you and stuff.
Are you calling me fat?
I was talking to Jack.
Call Jamie.
I've always been self-conscious about my nose a little bit, my hair, my chest size. I always feel frumpy. The acne started in my early 20s. I tried going to dermatologists. I tried different skincare lines. One time we were at a nightclub in Denver, and my ex-boyfriend called me Scarface.
Oh,
Wow.
that's a little harsh. I'm hoping that's an edited version that she didn't say all those horrible things about herself in one sentence.
I think she did.
Yikes.
From the Swan last night, it's Andrea.
Hi, Andrea.
Hello.
Hi. By the way, you look beautiful.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
You look amazing.
What?
They did. Dr. Hayworth did a good job on you.
You know,
Yeah,
I've only really heard that one clip to hear your voice quality and think about it because I'm wearing headphones. Most people worry about their voice when they have a nose job. I hope you don't take this as offensive, but you actually sound better.
I
Less
do?
nasal, yeah.
I'm good.
Good. I'm happy you're happy.
I'm happy.
All right, hold on a minute, because Jack, if you can go to number 8, we can play all the procedures she had done.
Andrea's Swan plan will include several procedures starting with her face. She'll have CO2 laser treatment, extensive dermatology, a nose job, a brow lift, fat removal from her cheeks and chin, fat transfer to her lips, and LASIK eye surgery. She'll have breast augmentation and liposuction in 4 different areas. At the dentist, Andrea will have Zoom bleaching, Da Vinci veneers, gum tissue recontouring, and deep cleaning. For her extensive decay, she'll have a root canal and tooth extraction. Andrea will be put on a 1,300 calorie a day diet and will spend over 120 hours in the gym. She will also undergo therapy and coaching to build self-esteem and learn how to control her emotional outbursts.
Whoa.
Yeah, because what you don't know about Andrea, because you didn't see it last night, is that at the beginning, she kind of comes off as a nut job.
Oh, you do?
Andrea, you seem a little nutty at the beginning.
I know.
I mean, like a psycho.
No creative editing.
You swear to God, or are you a nut job?
No, I swear to God, I'm not a nut job. I mean, I'm a little nuts at times, but not that bad. Jeez.
Yeah,
Well, how
they
bad
made
was
you
it?
look bad.
I looked horrible.
Oh, you were crying at everything,
I
and it's like,
know.
oh. And there was one other, like, I want to go home.
I know.
What a
I
baby.
Shut up. No.
You're like, I want
Although-
to go home. I am, and then you pulled so many Omarosas.
I know. I said, me and her, we have to go out sometime because we'll have fun.
Yeah, because you're like, I never said that to the coach. They play the little snippet. I don't want to work out.
Wow, don't you?
Busted.
Totally busted.
And then they'd say she didn't cooperate. She didn't want to be taped. I never said I didn't want to be taped. I don't want to be taped.
I know. I'm the angry swan, I guess.
You're
So,
the lion
you're
swan.
the angry,
You know what?
lying,
Swans are
unstable
mean
swan.
birds.
You
I'm
what?
sorry?
Swans are the meanest bird.
I know they are.
Well, that's true. Very nice.
That is true. Oh my God! But you look hot. It just they portrayed you, and it seems like you kind of lied. You kind of flipped out,
No,
and you have tooth decay.
Yeah.
And gum disease.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
That's hot.
That's hot.
That makes me want to date you.
Yeah.
So,
Great.
out of the 800 procedures you had, I have had 2 of them, and they hurt so bad. I've had liposuction, and I had the veneers done. How, after all that stuff, what was your recuperation time?
You know, I was on so many painkillers at the beginning. I do not remember like the first week and a half at all. But the CO2 laser, that was the one that hurt the worst.
Really?
All right, hey Andrea, we got to take a little break because this time we have to make sure we get our traffic in. So can you hold on through the break?
Sure.
All right, hold
Thank you.
on. All right, more with the booted swan. Oh, the booted swan. We haven't talked to her about that.
Oh.
All right, when we come back. By the way, if you have a question for Andrea, the Swan, if you have any questions about any of the stuff she went through, 1-877-487-9999. She is the booted Swan from last night's The Swan. She had a buttload of stuff done. She had a mouth that was rotten out of her head, which I must ask her about. But she turned out hot. She turned out smoking hot. She was a little emotional. She was a little bit of a liar, but other than that, I loved her.
But, of course, we have to pose that question about, you know, for a lot of us, they think of it, even though you're getting the procedure and you turn out beautiful, and Andrea did turn out beautiful, the basic premise seems to be you take unattractive women, make them feel better about themselves, then have a beauty contest and some people lose.
Yeah, I know.
Doesn't that make them feel really bad?
We'll ask.
She was the first, I think, out of all the Swans, since I've seen everyone, that she totally looked better than the other girl and still got the boot.
Well, that's because I didn't know this, but when they judge them, it's also on poise, and she didn't have any poise.
Yeah, she was
No,
not.
she's a lunatic.
All right, and also she was loaded, too, after the procedure. Go ahead, Jack.
So we're finished now. Everything was really smooth on Andrea. Very, very smooth.
Oh, baby, every part of my body hurt.
Oh my God.
Andrea, why that song?
Oh, gosh. That is so funny. I don't know where that came from.
Why that song?
I don't know.
Do you know what? I think that might be a wasted person's song. It just happens to you. I've heard a lot of drunks sing that song.
Because it's just easy, I guess, Andrea. Oh my God. That is so funny. And your lips were as big as a house.
Yeah, I know. I was like Daffy Duck.
Oh my God. It was crazy. All right, so why were your teeth in such damn bad shape?
Because that's what happens when you don't feel like, you're worth it to put yourself first and take care of yourself.
You don't brush your teeth?
Oh, gosh, yes, I brush my teeth, but my gosh, when you don't, I never went to the dentist that much, I mean, I just
understand that.
didn't. And, dental things are so expensive.
That's true.
So expensive, and insurance doesn't even help, which I didn't even have insurance. So it's like, that's
Is anything okay?
Now, Andrea, let me ask you a question. We thought you were way smoking hotter than the other chickaroo.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you
No,
were.
we really did because we tell you otherwise.
Yeah, hands down you were. I mean, that black dress made her look stupid. The red dress was way hot on you. You look great. Your teeth look beautiful. Your hair looks great. Everything looks good. But obviously, because you were a psycho, the other girl got to go on.
Yeah, there was a thing about poise, and you didn't have any.
Yeah, did you see the part where they said you're judged on poise? And I was like,
I know.
That was right out the window.
But I thought they should have picked you just because you'd be more fun for the competition because you go all nuts on everybody.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question. What is wrong with you internally?
I was depressed about my looks and how I felt, and I was angry at the world because, I never felt good about myself. And it's like, I'm so insecure. After being called Scarface from somebody that you're totally 110% in love with, it just did major damage.
And so that's what makes you, like, angry or?
Yeah, it just was like, oh, my God.
I'm ugly, I'm angry.
I'm ugly, I'm angry, I hate everybody,
But I mean, everybody in this room calls somebody in this room something worse than that every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it doesn't send us completely over the edge. Did the psychologist have any special words for you or instructions for you?
No, not really. I mean...
You think they should have?
Yeah, probably. No. Back home, no. I live in Denver, and I'm going into counseling. But, gosh, I'm so happy now. I mean, people smile at me more, and it's probably because I'm smiling all the time.
It's because you're hot now.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
Yeah.
Well, that face peeling thing that you had, basically it looked like Randall took off a whole layer of your skin.
Yes, he did. 2 layers.
Oh.
Yeah, and it crusted and oozed and dripped for like a few weeks, and my face was red, and that was the worst part of it because my roommate Christy from episode 2, she had the same procedure done, but she healed like that. I don't know.
Well, it was probably your attitude made you a bad healer.
Yeah, exactly.
Great.
Yes, Jack?
Yes, hold on. Jack's elongating. What, Jack?
How do you know what your face looked like? I thought there were no mirrors until the very end.
Oh, because, I mean, everybody told me every day. They're like, it's like tomato red.
You can
red,
feel
red.
oozing, Jack.
Yeah.
Oozing, I figured, but all red.
And you can feel crusty, I think.
Oh, yeah, it was coming off in pieces and chunks.
Okay, that's plenty, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
So
great.
that's what they make croutons out of.
So, oh.
God.
So, I did not get to see last night's show. Are you a married woman? You single?
I am with my
She has a
son's
kid.
This
father.
is not a difficult question.
Yeah, well, we're not married, but
They're life partners.
we're working on our relationship.
Oh,
Six,
does he
yeah.
want you now more than ever?
No.
And you want to go out and be a big tramp now?
No.
Yes.
Why doesn't he want you now more than ever?
Just
'cause you're
because we
still
have
a-
a past, we have issues.
And you're still nuts.
No, I'm not nuts.
Jack, can you play number 9 and tell me this chick isn't nuts? Number 9.
So we're finished now. Everything was really smooth on Andrea. Very, very smooth.
Oh, baby, every part of my body hurt.
So what were you saying?
Okay, yeah.
I'm kidding, Andrea. But I mean, you do have some. We
issues.
And by the way, we're not judging because we're all nuts here and we openly admit it.
Yeah, I listen to you guys all the time. I know that.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
So this is not judgmental. This is just like acceptance.
Yeah, Jack's
Exactly.
suicidal.
I have accepted I have issues and I am working on them.
So what is it like? You get jealous, you're angry, you're insecure, you're just
Insecure. My insecurities, and that's why.
And even now?
No. See,
No.
that's why I'm better now.
No, snap. I'm hot.
Yeah, give it a minute, though. Let all this settle in, and you're still the insane girl trapped in a hot girl's body.
No. Well, sometimes.
Yeah, we all are. It's
Yeah.
okay.
I've been trapped in a hot girl's body once or twice.
But is it shocking to you that your life partner or whatever doesn't just like fall to his knees begging you back?
Oh, no. No.
But, I mean, you look so
You're
good.
killing Jamie's theory.
Yeah, I mean, you look so good. That's why I was wondering if it hurts your feelings in a way because you thought, well, this will resolve our issues.
No, I mean, he's not the type that goes on looks at all. Obviously.
Well, okay.
Look at what I looked like before.
So here's what I know. This guy is one of those guys that you can't, you try so hard to get. You trap him with a baby, and then
no.
then that didn't work out. He didn't stick around for that. So now you try to get him with the boobies.
No, actually.
Maybe you just walk away.
Sleep
around.
I don't know what he wants to do. I mean,
Why isn't it up to you?
Well, I mean, if it's up to me, I want us to work out and I want a
But
relationship.
But it seems like to me you're letting him call all the shots.
He likes to be in control. He's a
Hey,
pilot.
you have a new body. You have a new look. You have new boobs. Why don't you take control of the relationship for once instead of like, I'm not being Dr. Phil, but my God, this is your new life change. You're back in the same pattern.
You've got that new car smell. Drive around while it's still fresh.
Yeah. Why would you want to go back to that same life?
Well, because, that's my life. And
not anymore. You're new.
You know what? And it's going to sound so mean, but this is a guy who went out with a girl with serious gum disease. Now, how hot can he be?
Well, I figure he stuck with me through the good, bad, and the ugly.
But he hasn't
That's
been.
cool.
He hasn't
But
been
he
so
hasn't stuck,
nice
yeah.
and stuff. He just controls you.
I say go have sex with random people, then go back to him.
I'm telling you, if I had new boobs, new teeth, new dress, the whole thing, I would still probably go back to fancy pants.
Yep, I was thinking that.
All right, Andrea, congratulations. You look smoking hot.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Really, and if you just had a little more poise, you'd be in the damn tournament or whatever.
Not
I
crazy.
know. I
Yeah.
blew it. Got the boot.
I know.
Yeah, but you got everything else. You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Andrea, try to lose that guy and get somebody great.
Drop that zero. Get yourself a hero. Snap,
Yeah.
snap.
Oh.
All right,
Thanks,
Andrea.
you guys.
Thanks. See you
Bye.
later.
Bye-bye.
Andrea from this one. She looks hot.
Mhm.
She does. My
Still a
God.
lunatic, but very hot.
That's okay.
Call.
Okay, if you're in a relationship at all or, going to be, I guess. 'Cause
Thinking
a lot
about
of us,
it.
A lot of us that aren't in relationships assume we will be in one sometime.
Right.
This Dr. Phil yesterday, and, again, I kind of lost respect for him when he went with the diet plan.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I stopped kind of watching because it really pissed me off because I felt like he was just trying to sucker more people out of money.
And more money, right.
And then he brought his son on, and that ticked me off. And then he brought his wife on, and that ticked me off. And I'm like, just stay Dr. Phil.
How did this guy win you back after all that?
Well, he's doing this thing now, and it's like these 7 couples, and they all have different issues that at least one of them will hit one of us. You know what I mean?
Right.
They all have 7 basically different issues, or some of them are the same too, and some of them cross over. And
I would think a bunch of them would be the same. Your problems are usually sex, money, and kids.
Anyway, so the thing is that these couples have all these different issues, and in the end, they're just really crappy to each other. They're all just really mean to each other, and we've all done that to the person that we love. And that was the weird one that we just heard a while ago about Dr. Phil saying, when you really love somebody, why would you hurt them? I mean, you wouldn't let anybody on the street say the things that you're saying to them.
Right.
Here's just some of the things that the woman said that, if you can put on number 6, Jack, that the woman said, or that Dr. Phil said that they call each other.
Dick, lazy, ungrateful son of a bitch. You're being a bitch. I hate you. You.
Wow.
Yeah. And we've all said them. I mean, I have. and I'm sure you
We've
have.
said them to each other.
Yeah. These actually were kind of calm. And then that's when he goes into the whole thing of, if a stranger down the street said these things to your wife, you'd beat him up.
Right.
But yet you say you love her, and you say it to him. And we thought that was
Which
profound.
is so hypocritical, too.
I know. And so true.
I'd also tell people not to curse in front of my children.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And so we don't understand why we hurt the ones we love, but we do. We try to get back. We do whatever. But this was the best one. And I heard this earlier this week, which is kind of creepy. And I thought, if you go to number 1, Jack, I thought this was the best advice at the end of this little clip. And I heard it earlier this week, and I'm like, oh, somebody, you know how you think like somebody's talking to you?
Uh-huh.
Like the big poodle that thinks it's better than me?
Uh-huh.
It's like that, but different, Jack.
How would most of you complete that sentence? I'd rather be right than what?
Wrong.
Wrong, sure. I would say you guys should finish it this way. I'd rather be right than happy.
Wow, that's really good.
I know. I heard that earlier in the week. Somebody said, you know what? Everybody lives their life saying, I have to be right, but yet they're unhappy.
Just because I refuse to like Dr. Phil as much as I'm liking him right now, I'm going to like his staff of researchers that go through the internet and come up with such great little pithy slogans, because these are great.
Yeah, and he must have got it from the same place that we did last week.
I'd rather be right than happy.
Or I'd rather be right and unhappy, is what they said last week. It's the same thing.
Same thing.
I mean, isn't that perfect and so true? I live my life like that.
Yes, you do.
I would rather be right than happy. It's absolutely true. I live my life like that.
What are you going to do about it?
Absolutely nothing. I'm just going to be right about it.
No, you recognize it, though. You can do anything about it?
Yeah, but I'm rightly unhappy.
All right.
Call Jamie and Danny now.
Dick, lazy, ungrateful son of a bitch. You're being a bitch. I hate you. You.
It's a good one. It's a series on Dr. Phil where he takes 7 couples and they all have different issues, and he's going to follow them and go through this whole kit and caboodle with them.
And we all confess that we have lost some love for Dr. Phil, but he's getting it back today.
He's getting his mojo back. A couple of things that we went through is first of all, you won't let other people treat your wife or husband like that, but yet you're allowed to.
Right.
He also says, and I love this one, why is it all of us would rather be right than happy?
That's really good.
One of the chicks spit on her husband.
Yeah. I think I'd get a divorce right there.
Yeah, that would be a hard one to take, wouldn't it?
Yes. You could never recover from that kind of disrespect.
And then let's just go through kind of some of the couples and their issues,
Good.
I guess. Number 2, Jack?
You could say that.
You like to fight. Well, lady, you're going to lose this fight.
Oh, well, that didn't really say a whole lot.
Yeah, no, it sure did.
How about number 3, Jack?
Would it surprise you for me to tell you that in my view, you are 100% responsible for your marriage problems?
Yes, it would.
Well, then be surprised, because you are 100% responsible.
Why?
Oh.
I don't answer questions in here.
I hate it when he does that stuff. I hate it when he gets all cool like that. I don't answer questions.
But he does. He answers questions all day.
I know, but they're in a camp.
Oh.
They're in a relationship boot camp kind of thing.
Now, my guess is, and I didn't see it, that also the guy's 100% responsible.
Yeah, exactly right. And it's that, there is a lot of truth to it. That
you're 100% responsible for the problems in your marriage, and he's 100% responsible for the problems in his marriage.
Well, because a lot of us live our lives fixing other people, and, we don't everything else is everybody else's fault.
Right.
And, it's never my fault, it's your fault.
Above the line, below the line.
I like below the line.
I do too, but I'm trying to not play there as much anymore.
And then Jack, number 5 is really loud, so be careful. It's all weird.
What you do is you get frustrated and hit. That's the story?
Yeah.
Is that the only time you hit him?
I might have slapped him once, but that's it.
You hit him really hard when you had the affair, though, didn't you?
Oh,
yeah.
That was a good one, Phil. Phil, that was a really good one. That was the hardest hit of all.
Yeah, but that one wasn't as hard as some of the other ones.
That was the hit that, I don't know.
It's heard around the world.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, it was a really, really, really good Dr. Phil, and I'm going to follow these couples too. And, I don't want to be sucked in, but I am. I'm just so sucked into it.
Look at it as if you don't want to admit you're sucked in, just look at it as for the show.
Well,
that way you don't have to confess.
It's funny because I don't know why it is we hurt the ones that we love, but we do. We absolutely do. And mine is like a frustration, or if you don't see my point, then I get angry and, frustrated and like, can't you see what I'm trying to say? And then he at the time would be like, well, then blaming me for actually having that opinion because, it just became this whole like mess. And then I read something that made me feel a lot better about hurting the ones you love. And I'd like to read it for you now.
Please.
Let's just hand it to me. Jack. A man set up a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful bubble bath for his lovely wife that he loves so much, complete with candles and music. And then he tried to electrocute her by pushing a radio into the tub.
Nice.
William Joseph Wolf, a 34-year-old emergency room nurse, was arrested Thursday on charges of attempted murder in Texas and freed on $40,000 bail. It says it's the kind of case you would expect to see on a Columbo episode. Columbo's still on?
Columbo's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Still on?
Sometimes they do specials, but I think they're done now. He's a little befuddled.
Teresa Wolf told police her husband had moved the radio from its usual place in the bathroom to a bench near the bathtub with an extension cord running into another room. She thought he was being nice.
Right.
He put on some show tunes. Actually, it was like romantic tunes.
Right.
Some bubble bath, and she caught the radio right before it hit the water and threw it out of the way.
Oh, my God.
Police discovered that he had visited websites on their home computer dealing with bathtub electrocution.
Well, that's where he's stupid anyway.
And yeah, www.electrocutemywife.com.
There is nothing that is not on the internet. You're just crazy to research it. If you're going to try and commit a crime, they'll track you down by it.
Wolf bought a life insurance policy on his wife 5 months ago.
Also a dead giveaway, so to speak.
He could get up to 20 years in prison. Prison? It's like prison, but different.
So remember that time I told you I did the romantic candlelight thing with my wife and I got mad at her because she shaved her legs?
Right.
Well, I had a CD player right next to the tub. I mean, a safe distance, I think, on a chair. And a safe distance, there was no way that any of the animals could have knocked it in or anything like that. Well, like a dog hitting it or anything like that. I didn't mean the kids. But I swear to God, it occurred to me, I thought, I could kill her.
Well... We've all wanted to kill our partner.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't mad. I was making a romantic bath. I wasn't mad. I loved her, but it just, for a split second, I thought, I could just kick that in there, couldn't I?
What, Jack, are you laughing because you haven't wanted to kill your partner and you think I'm psychotic?
I just thought you meant partner in a different way.
That's funny because I did.
Yeah, but I've never been that creative about it. Yeah, I'm only mad at Jamie instantaneously. It's like, I'd shoot her in the head.
Yeah.
Nothing clever.
But we've all had those times with our life partner, or, when I was married, I can remember and I've talked about this, just all you wanted to do is get as far away from that person as possible. And I kind of had a smotherer for a while. Like, he kind of went overboard. And I was just, just get off of me. Are you kidding? Just, stop being nice to me. I'm mean to you. Stop being nice. Drove me nuts. Anyway, he's in a better place now. Where you're like, God.
I'm mean to you. Stop being nice.
Yeah.
It's driving me crazy.
It was. I couldn't believe he didn't have any balls. He didn't for a while, because he was sad. It was just awful. It was like, it was pathetic. I just wanted him to stand up and fight for himself. But he wouldn't, and then I tried to provoke him more just so he'd, stand up to me, and he wouldn't. And then, I met the ultimate stand up to me and give it right back to my ass.
Right.
That was FP. Oh, my God. And him, you want to kill your own self instead of him because you feel so miserable.
You got to find, a middle place.
Yeah, I do because I really like that sentence. I'd rather be right than happy because I'm gonna try to remember that because that is my ultimate demise because I have to be right. But we all have to be right.
Yeah, but not to the extent.
Well,
and I'm not saying you.
You fought me on the surrogate thing. You didn't even know about it.
I disagree. I still disagree with you on that.
Oh, you don't know about it.
I think I'm right.
Well, you're wrong.
But that's the point right there. I was going to say this wasn't about you. I think a lot of people would like to be right more than be happy, but I think for some people it gets to be a bigger issue than others.
No, because I even the surrogate thing, I even was like, okay, fine, whatever. Yeah, you read all about it and all that. I just even let you have it, but you're so wrong.
I'm right.
Call Jamie